I don't like League of Legends. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I'm not a fan of games with cluttered UI, or maybe it's because young me didn't want to play a game that could last up to 40 minutes. Are we serious? Prime Fortnite games lasted 20. Or maybe it's because I'm god-awful at Valorant. I don't know, whatever it is, it just never attracted me that much. And therefore, other games similar to it, like Dota 2, also didn't appeal to me. Also probably because you need like 4 PhDs to just be okay at Dota. But one day I'm on TikTok, and I see this game with this really sick art style, and it's also got really interesting movement tech and gun gimmicks. So I start looking into this game called Deadlock. Turns out it's made by Valve, who only like ever make good games if you can ignore the fact that they definitely promote underage gambling to minors. And hold up, it's a hero shooter? I freaking love hero shooters. I'm the greatest Overwatch player who ever existed. So I hop on Discord and beg my friend who gave up on the game to invite me. And then I started playing. But as I play more and more, I realize something. The hero shooting aspects I came for begin to strip away, revealing something. Something I'm not used to. Something I've tried to hide from for so long. And before I realized it, I've been trapped. The jaws of oblivion have gripped me. By God, this isn't just a hero shooter. It's a... I truly have nothing against MOBAs. Like I said, I just don't think I was ever conditioned or found a way to like them when I was young. So that makes it so much more random that I fucking love this game. I can't stop playing it. Even when they put out shitty updates I don't agree with, I can only stay away from the game for so long. Remember that Overwatch video I like just made? Well, I played about 35 hours of Overwatch for that. Pretty respectable for someone like me who has a job and does stuff too. In a similar time span that I spent recording that video, maybe even less time, I've played double that. I have like 70 hours in this game. Like, I don't even play multiplayer games that much. I'm definitely more of a single player game, but I can't stop playing this game. It's got its claws wrapped into me, digging into my skin. So the question today is, why am I addicted to this game? But more importantly, how is it for everyone else? Because as someone who really likes this game and thinks it should probably be the next big game, I really want to talk about and how and will it can become the next big thing. And coming from a MOBA noob, I think I'm just the guy to talk about it. So let's discuss it. Who's deading up this lock? I first want to talk about why I find this game just ungodly addicting. Now, I do want to state something that half the Deadlock community would probably crucify you for saying. This is not entirely a MOBA. Is it more a MOBA than a hero shooter? Yeah. But I think to compare this like exactly to something like League of Legends is a little ridiculous. League of Legends revolves around your build and your strategy. You don't have to like aim in it. Yeah, you have all the legends and they have different abilities, and I wouldn't call that a hero shooter. But like in this game, you do have to aim your gun. You have to aim your abilities. So like, it still is a hero shooter in a way. So I think that's a way I got really connected with it. I've played plenty of hero shooters, so it was pretty much just like coming over from another thing. The core components were there, all I had to learn was the stuff I wasn't used to. And well, at first, I think the item system can be very daunting. It first helps when you learn you can just find builds online and just buy the builds and get overpowered. But one thing I think a lot of people don't talk about enough is that the shop in this game is actually, I think, very user-friendly. I was playing League the other day, and like, dude, the shop in that game is ridiculous. The UI in that game is just ridiculous. It's all like the tiniest little squares, and like they have like the tiniest little fonts on stats. It's ridiculous. Deadlock has a lot of like features with like tiny text, but I think it helps just to be recognizable and have a lot of the stuff feel very different. Also, the icons on each item are usually very well designed and distinct, so it helps you get attached to certain items or like certain items more because you like the design of it. And as for most MOBAs, the more and more you play, you really get used to all of it. You begin to counter buy and make your own builds, which really feels like you've grown as a player. I would say for about 65% of me playing this game, I played it like a hero shooter, but definitely towards the end, I was getting more used to it. I would see certain characters and go, oh, I need to get something like this game. Or I would tab and look at the items people have and go, oh, wow, I should really buy counters to some of this stuff. It's a game that lures you in with its simplicity, but ultimately grips you because, well, you just want to keep playing. And I think a big factor of that is that the gunplay and the ability use is fantastic. A lot of people often talk about the character design and like, yeah, it's fantastic. It might be the game with the best character design out right now. But I don't think enough people talk about how well the abilities pair with these characters. Like the complements with each character's abilities to how they look and how they act is so well done. Even a character as ugly as like Yamato, who really needs a redesign bad, oh my god, is saved aura-wise because her abilities are really cool. You really feel like a flashy ninja when you're like slinging around attacking with her. Or look at a character like Rem. Rem is this sleepy little mystic being, but his character design with his abilities are so well complemented to fit that theme. He's the little Snape guy, so he throws a pillow made of nuclear bombs. But I think a lot of people forget that he's like a mystic dream being, so he can like dive into people and has weird little minions. All that being said is I just think the way these characters are designed make for such an engaging grip on new players. No character really feels alike. Even gun carry characters, which arguably get like the same gun items every game, feel different because their guns are so oftenly unique and their abilities are so different. A character like Venator is very tanky and he fights people in the middle of battle and he traps them. That's one gun carry. But then you get a character like Hayes, who's a sneaky little person who throws sleep daggers and then mows them down with her fucking machine guns. All that is to say is I think this game gripped me so much because there's so much variety, so much difference. The fact that you're a buying affects how the game plays out so much. Every single round is different in this game. You are never going to have one round where it's like the exact same as the previous. Even if you play the exact same character, the exact same build, the way you get those items, the order you get them in, it's completely different. So it makes for one of the best gameplay loops I've seen ever. Which I understand is just like, oh, that's like a MOBA thing. It's like the gameplay loop is always different every game. But like I said, this game just has like its own unique flair that makes it so addicting to me. Also very much complemented by the movement, which like everyone always talks about this game. In a world of movement shooters, this game still really sticks out. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the stamina bar. Maybe it's like all the moves you can perform, all the tricks you can do. But like, I don't know what it is. No matter what, it's like crack into my veins every time I play. Also complemented by the map in this game is absolutely incredible. It's so detailed with so many little nooks and crannies and secrets that I often get lost. I've played an ungodly amount of rounds of this game and every time I show up it's still so unique. I'm always finding cool escapes on rooftops or new techniques to deliver earn. It is truly one of the most rewarding games to keep playing. And I think one of the most amazing parts about this game that we don't acknowledge enough is that like, this game isn't out. We've been playing a beta test for like 2 years. Okay, not me, I've only been playing for like 3 months. But like, people have been playing this game for 2 years as beta testers. There are people with like 3,000 hours in a beta test. Do you know how insane that is? No other game has like ever, who has 3,000 hours in a beta test? I truly think that this game nails everything on every front gameplay wise, and some people won't agree with me. I have multiple friends who have tried to get on this game and they're just like, yo, this isn't for me. And that's fine, you're allowed to not like something. To me though, I think literally everything about this game is like what I want, which again is funny to say about a game that's not even out right now. However, it not being out is something I actually want to talk about. As much as I've glazed this game for the past couple of minutes, I've got some worries going on. And like I said, in a perfect world, I think this is the next big game easily. But I want to say a couple things for Valve to land that. Now, before I go into like the big, oh, this is what Valve needs to do to keep this game alive, I want to just talk about some personal things I want. First off, more maps. I get it, it's a MOBA thing to not have multiple maps, but like, I don't know about this one here. In something like League of Legends, the map doesn't affect you too much. The environment is never really a part of it, and you're just kind of fighting in that environment. But something like Deadlock, where you actually have to aim, and you actually have to move, and there's all this like incredible movement tech, I really think we should have some more locations. Because while I love the map, and I'm currently still fine with it, in another 100 hours, I could definitely see myself going, wow, I'm going here and I'm doing this, and just getting a little stale. Again, that's a lot to ask of a game that's not even out right now. I'm fine with it now because it's still being developed, but by the time of a release or a little bit after release, I would like some new maps. It doesn't even have to be anything too complex. I think something like a Central Park map would be like really cool, even though lore-wise Central Park is kind of in like a weird state, but it's fine. I don't know, I think just some more vibrant locations would be cool. It can all stay in New York. New York's a developed enough city to have more locations in it. But a game with this good an art style really deserves to have more world building. They also need to add a new tutorial. I think the current tutorial is not that good at showcasing what the game's all about, and like for an example, I was no more confident after playing the tutorial in this game I played 8 hours of bot games. It's not even a joke. I played 8 hours of bot games just because I was nervous I was gonna like get in immediately in bottom frag. So I think some better beginner friendly actions should be taken, because as a whole it takes a while to really get into this game, and there's plenty of great YouTube tutorials, but that's never gonna be the actual same thing as playing the game itself. Adding a beginner mode for like low level people to learn the game would be cool, or just make the bots a lot better because the bots currently suck. But with additions like Street Ball. With the addition of game modes like Street Brawl, I think it's honestly gotten a lot better. Whenever I play with my friends that are new to the game, I always play Street Brawl first because you want to get down the movement and the fighting before you have to get down macros and farming and all that. Also, please, for the love of God, Valve, add an unranked mode. I took like a week break at one point and I hopped back on, and I was super nervous because like a week is a long time to not play a game. And like I would have rather just gone into like an unranked game mode to get my confidence back. Having to play every single game like, oh, your rank's gonna go up or down is not fun. And I get it, I shouldn't care about my rank, but I do, so that's not stopping me. And also a very common community complaint is that the matchmaking it's iffy. Sometimes you'll get teammates who have literally just never played the game. I was in like Seeker 4 at one point, and I explained to a guy what mid-boss was. Look at man, Seeker 4 is not that high, but I know what fucking mid-boss is. All that being said, you're talking to the greatest Alchemist 1 player of all time. Yep, your boy's Alchemist 1. So, stop talking to me. Alright, I want to talk about the big thing now, and what I'm actually most worried for. How will Valve sustain this game when it actually comes out? For all I know, this game's like 3 years from coming out, so I'm not like super worried right now. But the biggest question posed to me is, how will this game fund itself? Because I think one of the parts that makes this game so good right now is that it's free, there's no microtransactions, and you get to use mods. What's gonna happen when the game actually comes out? I assume it's gonna be free because it's Valve, and they're definitely gonna market it because they need to make back all the money they're spending on this game. I'm sure right now they really want to throw microtransactions in there, but it's still under development, so they've got a lot of scrutiny for that. I would generally rather this game cost like $40 just to have like no microtransactions in it. And I know it's egregious to pay $40 for an online game, and that kills the player base a lot. But I would do that just to keep no microtransactions. I can't stand microtransactions, y'all. But it's coming, and I'm sad to say. The game will still be good, but it's gonna be a big taint on the game. I'm gonna lose a lot of respect for it then. I just hope they keep modding up, because the modding community for this game is hilarious, and I love them. The other thing I want Valve to take more hand at is I think they should really try to make this a comp game now. I get it, it's still in development, like I've said 4,000 times, but with the addition of the unranked game mode that I mentioned earlier, I want a ranked game mode. I want a more consistent banning system. I think that would help the comp community in this a lot. I mean, look at stuff like Deadlock Night Shift. This game already has like a huge fan base for comp, so I think they need to like get on this now. This could easily rival the levels of Valorant and League of Legends. So I think they just need to get onto that concept right now and start developing that more. Obviously, keep the game in check. I know they're still testing stuff out with the game, and there's a lot going on behind the scenes. Lord Yoshi blesses us all. But they're legit laying on a golden goose egg, and I really want to make sure they get it done right. I really mess with this game. It's probably my favorite multiplayer game out right now. And knowing it's Valve, I think they'll land the plane pretty well. So if you're watching this and you haven't played the game, go check it out. It's great. I think it's one of the most, if not the most beginner-friendly MOBAs. The community, at least what I've found in lower ranks, are often pretty nice. I would say the ratio of nice people to like assholes I've ran into is probably like 90-10. I ran into an incel once. That was pretty fun. But a lot of the community in this game are super willing to help if you're new, looking for tips, looking for what to do. And yeah, if you're new to MOBAs like I am, give it a shot, man. It's a great game, and I can't wait to see it grow more. Now, I know there is that one guy in the back. He's been thinking it all video. What about a certain game I haven't mentioned? Deadlock isn't the first game to be a hero shooter kind of MOBA. Are you kidding me? There's one I've been missing the whole time. So here it is. I got you guys. Here are my opinions on Smite.